le- and right before we left, you all unlocked the puzzle that allowed the Sentinels to pass on the knowledge of what items to use, what items they needed to destroy, to end the beast, as it were. On the, let me make sure I'm in the right layer. Yeah, I am. On this end of the wall is a an old frayed cloak, but woven with many tapestries, but seems to be but as the person who's wearing it walks on, you see small specks coming off the shroud of itself and surrounding the person wearing it. The second is the depiction of a hand with a lotus of some kind, like in the palm of their hand, no stem, and the flower seems to be almost growing inside the hand itself. These do show, and for the final one, a small cask of some, a water skin of some kind, that has bones wrapped around it and a skull as the stopper. Each of these is shown in a different temple of some kind, surrounded by some topography, assumably of the Miraz Desert. And above each of these items is a symbol of some kind. Over the cloak there is a fly. Over the flower is a sword, and over the water skin is simply a skull. I'm going to make sure. I'm going to check if that's really my car, because that's not allowed.
Okay, guys, so there's a skull water skin. Well, an image of a skull water skin. And a sword over a flower.
Sorry about that.
The sword over the flower, is it like in a chopping motion, or is it a depiction of a sword which picture is above a flower?
The symbols themselves, the fly, the sword, and the skull, are higher up on the walls. Essentially, they're like, if you look at the very where the wall and the ceiling come together, that's about where it would be.
Okay. considering how undisturbed these bandits have been and the information we've gathered, I think we should sleep on it. What do you guys think?
I'd recommend going to their campsite since they probably secured that. But,
Yep.
So you would like to go through basically the remains of their camping stuff, right? You don't find too much more. A few coins between everything. About I'd say about. There was quite a few of them. They all had pretty good things from all that. I'm just gonna say 100 coins flat between like everything that you scavenge, basically.
Okay.
A few weapons that weren't taken in, because I do recall them. There was at least one house. Actually, I remember. Yeah, dang it. That's what's at least found in the room where you fought Talon.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I spelled arquebus wrong, but yeah, oh well.
Things that make uncomfortably loud noises. Gotcha.
And can shoot you, and can kill you.
Okay.
Ooh. I hit the 6+1. I hit 6+1. Forgot about that.
So, I guess then I'll start some food if we're gonna be staying here for a decent rest. Now, as I recall, we didn't find an alternative. We did not find an alternative exit.
Actually, yeah. Yes, there is an alternative exit through there. Light said that's how he got in, but he's not sure if they closed it behind them or anything like that. Most likely they did not, but because that was assumably their escape route without disturbing the clan.
As Hinara eats, he'll look around at the group and just kind of mention to anyone who's awake. So, I think this Rentaro fellow should be dealt with, at least before we leave.
so you said it several times now.
But now we have an opportunity to actually sit down and discuss it without being rushed out anywhere or into a fight. my thought was just to challenge him, and then either as a part of the challenge or afterwards, pass down the role of leadership to Tej.
Not saying that you're not capable of fighting, but are you sure you'd be able to fight him in one-on-one combat? Because they're making it sound like that's exactly what you're trying to do.
Well, something like that, we have no place in it, so yeah, we kind of have to be one-on-one.
No. Light chimes in as well. More likely than not. From what I do recall of the cat folk, they may have their various cultures, but challengement for leadership of a clan is often one-on-one.
Mind you, I don't think it prevents me from singing, but it's still...
No, it is completely one-on-one. No help from outsiders. It is simply put your opponent in your weapons and spells, should you have some.
I don't think being a bard and singing in the background to make it overly dramatic counts as providing assistance.
They're not idiots.
You fine. You take.
I don't know.
I
They
agree.
allowed someone
I agree.
to kill their last chief. It's questionable that...
Tej made it sound like some sort of subterfuge.
Yeah, it wasn't one-on-one combat honorable. It's like he was killed and he took over because she was dead, not he challenged her.
Or rather, she's been missing. Something.
You can't afford to cheat in this, or else you'll lose any ground you're gaining considering you're an outsider.
Agreed. Because the cat folk are rather xenophobic. Honestly, I don't blame them.
At worst, I would lose. I wouldn't be allowed to die.
Oh, he will make you die.
Oh, I'm not referring to him. Sekhmet wouldn't just let me die there. Injured, yeah, maybe lose an arm.
Maybe, but there are laws of duels that I don't know. It would depend on if he invokes any ancient rites. I do not know. There are old rites that even gods cannot undo.
No offense to you, but perhaps yours.
My young friend, I don't think you understand what you mean. You have zealous in your heart, I know. But Sekhmet is not as powerful as most gods because she does not have as many worshippers. To bring you back from the dead might be extremely taxing on her, I don't know. I won't pretend to not be. But as a paladin, the deities and their power is what I understand. But I do not know. Fate has a strange way of working.
The other option that we have is that we can go with the fact that the cult was hiding under here with permission of their clan leader, and was basically causing all the issues that they've been having. And all he did was allow these people to be down here in these ruins.
Though it'd just be our word, though.
We're outsiders. It's just our word. We have nothing, that they would accept as proof.
I don't know. We have a bunch of corpses here.
That says someone has snuck in and been doing things under their nose.
And we have no proof that we're not with them.
I think a plague-ridden body compared to us would definitely make a difference.
No, I doubt it with these people. They, again, you and I are entirely useless here.
That is true. Personally, it's against how I would want to do things, but I'm not up. I am totally up for murdering someone who murdered someone else in vengeance. Just saying.
Two wrongs do not make a right. But
They don't make
unfortunately,
it
those
right, but they definitely
no,
set the path straight.
No, they don't.
not always. But unfortunately,
That takes
they
3
could.
months.
I think we'll eventually get there, because we'd be at the second left at that point. I think the third left would be putting one of the actual advisors to the previous person in charge.
I believe the previous person in charge
He's dead.
is.
I said advisor, not.
Oh,
Well,
that's why I was recommending Tej.
are there other advisors or something?
There's 2 of them that we know of.
There's Kakar, if I'm remembering the name correctly.
Correct.
Looked like some form of martial spiritualist.
Kakar. That. Oof. As he polishes his weapon, he's that is a name that inspires some amount of respect amongst the other cut folk and those that travel around here. He is the conqueror of hides. I assume you've met him before. You saw him.
I only met him when we were given the guards and admittance of the city.
Well, you saw all those different pelts on his armor, yes.
He was decorated, yeah.
Taken from the champions of other tribes he has conquered. There is a reason the Golden Claw are large as they are.
Well, Light, you seem to be very knowledgeable of at least the Golden Claw traditions. Is there an alternative to challenge? And if there is not, could Rentaro have the champion, so to speak, the conqueror, fight in his stead?
Oh, very easily, yes, but from what I have heard of this Rentaro, he is very egotistical. He would want to do it himself, but of course, considering as he turns and looks at all the different corpses around you, considering the company he was keeping, I wouldn't think he would find it below to just simply say, "No, your trespassers, kill them all."
The thing that would go against this as well and make this even more complicated is the fact that the advisors went behind his back and got our attention to even come and deal with these ruins that happen to be full of you and these now dead cultists. And so, by nature, we have to somehow get to those people and tell them this, which involves us going back in there.
Yes.
And he didn't like anyone else coming back, but he did give me an offer that I'm not exactly willing to take.
Fair enough.
But that would give me access to the advisors to tell them that, and by that point, that would probably cause its own thing. Especially if we tell them what we did find out here. Because they don't exactly like him anyways.
In considering what these people are trying to resurrect, make return, as I understand it, would... And the advisors
definitely
know
give
more about
reason.
the situation than we do. But I wouldn't... I wouldn't want you to essentially be cornered into taking his offer just to relay
I,
information.
I, I ain't too worried about it because I can easily do that. And you're forgetting, I'm a bard. I could do shenanigans, like go from one door to another door, or disappear into the ethereal plane and come back like 10, 15 feet somewhere else.
Well, I know I was just talking about challenging him earlier, but when it comes down to it, we don't know what Rentaro can do, and if he is intelligent enough to have any defenses in place for shifting. But taking him up on his offer is the best way to get in
Avoid a fight.
and yeah, and avoid a fight. From what Light was saying, he's egotistical enough that you could just be charmed by his.
Mayhaps. But either way, we're on a timetable.
But we don't know what the plot is.
This is true. However, either way, they are getting more bold. I have been inadvertently tracking them for several months now. They haven't really gone close to being close to civilized people to look for things. They always have small groups do it, or have a middleman, 2 middlemen in the big in it. They're getting bold, which means they know they're getting close. How close, I can't say.
Yeah.
As much as you would like to help these the Golden Claw, the best tactical situation, in my opinion at least, feel free to ignore it, is to simply go about your business. Return to wherever you came from, gather intelligence, and begin against the feast. Do what you will with it, though. That will be my plan. Oh. Whatever your decision, I will be heading out to Rico. I need to get I need to get supplied.
Okay. Well, we can at least spare the time for Kiyomi's plan. I'd prefer something immediate, but that doesn't seem to be an option.
I mean, the other thing we could do is that I can technically alter myself into what looks like a cat folk. Just go in there.
Yeah, but you already have a standing offer that would not be revealed if, say, someone scried for magic.
And, it's also a pretty small town, and I think they know everybody.
That's a good point.
So if we're going to do something, your plan is the best of getting something done in at least a moderate term. Now, if you never mind, Again, is this something you're willing to do? I know it's your idea, which would imply as such, but
So, by the sound of it, he
It-
sent you all away, yes?
yes,
Ye-
we were sent away, but Tej took us to the side and made a plea.
to clear these ruins, which freed you,
Yes.
and, well, made us run into these guys again.
You have run into them before?
These folks?
Yes. These cultists? Definitely. We ran into a group of their cultists over in Balforum.
I thought Balforum was a different
Nope, when we went to the library, we were attacked by the cultists.
Ah, right. Right, I remember that now.
Balforum.
Yeah,
I
other
think
side
so.
of the continent.
Not actually. Well, mid-continent from where you are. But, yeah, pretty long travels. What are they doing that far north? Library? What library?
The Pathfinder library. They did not particularly like us looking up a cure to some ancient disease that was not related to the Feast of Famine from here. They tried burning the book.
Very curious.
Actually, no, correction. They succeeded at burning the book. It's just I happened to write down everything and give it back as a new copy instead of an ancient dusty thing. It was that, or it was Lynn. I can't remember who read it and then transcribed it. Can't remember if it was Lynn or me.
Probably column A, column B. Maybe. I don't know.
I honestly think it
I'm
was
not
Lynn.
sure. I'm not sure. Up to you all.
I just can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, I think it was Len.
I just remember it being done. I just don't remember who did it.
Yeah, Len was the one reading and transcribing it. You were, like, doing knowledges of it. That's right.
I was finding the books while Lynn was reading them, I guess.
Correct.
I do have a more clarification question for So are we actually going to follow through with your plan, Kiyomi? Because it sounded there was a little bit of a circle talk going on, which is why I wanted to.
Yes, apologies. I will save my thought to them for later.
We at least need to find a way of telling them, and I don't think I could do that. No, I cannot.
Do you not have message?
Message doesn't go that far. You want sending.
Or send?
That's a
Which is no.
range of like 150 feet.
Doesn't particularly bother me.
What level is sending? Sending is 4th. For me.
That's it should be third or fourth, depending on the caster.
It is not third level for a bard. I can tell you that much.
It is. It's not even on the unless Bard uses Wizard and Sorcerer.
No,
Nope.
Bard uses its own.
Yeah, it is not. By the look of it, it is not. It's surprisingly not a Bard spell.
Well,
I find that hard.
Pathfinder spell, bars are a lot less impressive than 5e ones.
That is very.
That is very true. Because 5e bards could just go like, I could do everything.
Oh, I know. I've seen it. Alchemist gets sending, but not a Bard. What is this?
And then bottled sending.
No, I can see it now. It's some sort of special chemical concoction that, when burned, will appear on a similar piece of paper some distance away.
I can actually see that. Fair enough. Actually, no. One of the components is a fine copper wire, so it's just like bam, 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 bam.
Okay,
Hey, Greg.
What's that?
In terms of Kiyomi's plan,
What would I
do-
roll to remember if there was an anti-magic field in that tent?
Since you remembered it, you remember it. You're like, oh.
Is there? That's what I'm trying to remember. That's why I'm asking, what can I roll? Because if there is an anti-magic field, I just had a great idea.
Intelligence. You're basically sifting through your own memory.
19, and if I recall, my intelligence is a +2?
21?
Yep.
Yeah, minimum. Yes, you remember there was some kind of muffling spell. I don't personally recall an anti-magic spell, at least. Or anti-magic area. Because that's where Tej was able to cast her spell on you all for the, basically, background character check.
Cool.
So I don't think there's from what I recall, there's no anti-spell area. At least not in the main meeting area.
I have a question that I know the answer mechanically, but I'm going to ask anyway. Before Kyome, which would of course be tomorrow from our perspective, because rest, enacts her plan, would me giving her a blessing just be character lip service? Because I take it any actual spell I would cast would of course still count as and be detectable as magic.
Blessing.
We're all mages. I think we'd be detected as magic no matter what. Especially when I have magic weapons.
It's specifically seeing what kind of enchantments, hypothetically, if they're able to see magic.
Okay. I figured the mechanics would say the same. Okay, so there is one thing I can do that's not lib service for you then. That shouldn't be too odd if detected on you. It would just be seen as a piece of adventuring gear. Like, it wouldn't be unusual for an adventurer to have. So, okay, I know what I'll do then.
What is that?
I will, tomorrow, give you a healing token. In case things go incredibly bad, I can heal you regardless of where you actually are. For as long as the spell lasts, anyway. For as long as the token has its potency.
That's neat. No, the reason why I was asking, because I have Major Image.
Okay.
And Major Image goes really far with illusions.
Mm-hmm.
Using it as a kind of message?
No, using it to distract the chief with who wanted said offer, as I didn't go and deal with someone else.
You'd have to play that careful because the image should still be intangible, as I understand it.
Major is the one that affects almost all the senses.
Yep. Major is smell, thermal, touch. It's literally everything at that point.
So unless it's a forceful action like swinging a blade, it wouldn't. Okay.
Yep. The image
however, it is silent.
Nope.
No, it functions like silent. So
it functions like silent image, except that sound, smell, and thermal
actually,
included in the spell effect. While concentrating, I can move the image within the range. Within the range of where I can cast it, which doesn't say, it just says...
It should be listed on the spell write-up.
Nope, it just says duration, concentration, plus 3 rounds.
Un momento.
I guarantee it gives you a range in there somewhere.
Oh wait, silent. It probably says in silent image. Silent image is long, 400 plus 40 feet per level. And the image will disappear when struck by an opponent unless you cause the illusion to react appropriately.
Okay.
Major image.
It sounds like we're going with this plan then. I think. Well, sorry. Is this plan being spoken of in character, or is this all meta speak at this point?
The only meta speak was me asking if I remembered the anti-magic stuff.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that was it. And I think by the sound of it, Major Image is hashed out in actual character.
Yes. Because we leveled up, I will be able to cast Major Image.
Well, I certainly hope you're not overthinking this, but it's your.
I mean, there's two options.
It's up to you once you get in there. I can provide what help I can.
Well, there's two options. I use the favor to go talk to the chief, and in so doing, talk to the advisor, and then also doing, fucking said chief, because that's what it was. Or I use Major Image and make him think he's fucking my character, and then from that, go talk to the advisors and not doing such a thing.
The latter certainly sounds.
But obviously, if a Major Image fails, he'd realize I could just try to cast Illusion Spell.
Well, again, once you're in, this is all on you. Once you're in, we can't join you. We weren't invited.
From the sound of it, you were rather escorted out, so that means not this entrance. So coming out of this one would also have its own complications. Unless unless one of the advisors had a plan to rendezvous with you.
As Kiyomi mentioned, she is very good at talking. I'm sure if she came out from an unexpected area,
just that I got lost in a cave.
Could be derived.
The other thing is that where does this other exit that you came through go to? Because if it goes back out to where we came from, roughly, I can just go through their front door again. And then the illusion of us leaving would not be broken.
Unless they carved out a new path that's straightforward. There's only the one passage.
Did you come from the desert? Or did you come from the cave network?
Desert. From the desert.
Okay. So it's an alternative entrance to the city at this point.
Originally, from my understanding, it was an entrance for the Sentinel of Miraz. Since that area leads to it was either an exit or entrance. Either way, something. Who knows?
Well, it sounds like we have enough of a plan to get moving with tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm trying to recall this, but the mountains go east-west. So we came into this place from the north, and we're leaving on the south, so we'd be on the same side that the entrance to the cave was in. Correct?
No. Let me see if I can find... Golden Claw Town. You all came from the bring you over to the Golden Claw Town. You all came from this entrance down here. This is south. You all are currently in the north.
So we came from the south and we went north. So we'd be exiting on the north side, away from their actual entrance that is known to us.
Yes. And assumably on the other side of the mountain. Or somewhere around there.
I mean, what's the worst that happens? I just show up in their mine?
You could very well say you were attempting to return to the Golden Claw to take Rintaro up on his offer, but as their environment is hidden and you were on your own, you stumbled across a second entryway.
Either way, if you wish to deal with the chief, I would be cautious. Rintaro himself has already had a reputation amongst the desert to be rather
voracious.
something among those lines. Vicious, voracious, and highly intelligent, and at least cunning enough to be able to have at least two catfolk tribes join him through words alone.
Well, at this point, the plan is to dispense information and not depose him, which should just set the ball in motion for his own people to deal with the situation.
Yes. However, that would also mean he has his own spy network.
But
within the people.
again,
So I will admit I missed about half that.
Putting the ball into their court isn't that difficult since she already has an invitation. It sounds, for lack of a better term, simple enough. Not that there's not any danger to it, which is my concern. But at this point, I think we're talking in circles, and I don't know about you, but I'm slightly tired from all.
Yeah,
the
I will. I'm
fighting.
just gonna put away some of my clothes and then come back down, grab the rest of my clothes, and do that.
So, unless anyone has any serious objections, I say we all grab a bedroll, wake up, do what slight preparations we need, and then have Kiyome enact her plan.
I mean, there's not much of a plan to it besides taking up the offer, going through with the offer, and then talking to the advisor.
Well, the illusion aspect of it, again. Yeah. So, sleep then plan unless you don't feel as secure in the morning for doing it.
At dawn we plan.
At dawn we plan. I haven't heard that one in a while.
Though there is something I can certainly give you that will last for days and possibly be useful to you. Kinara will go over to Kiyome and fish into one of his pockets. He will extract a portion of a small plant. Kinara is giving you a...
Is he giving you catnip?
Yes, he is giving Kiyome a piece of catnip.
I think Eric stepped away for a moment, I think.
Whether it's you or your illusion, or if you're good enough at speaking to prevent him from doing anything, if you give him this, he'll be hyper for a little bit, and then lethargic and possibly fall asleep.
Okay. I will gladly take that. I don't know if you caught that part earlier.
Greg, during the night before Kinara falls asleep, he basically he'll be praying to Sekhmet to look over Kiyome for tomorrow's excursion.
Okay.
And is your tongue still having its duration?
God, no. It would have been over by halfway through this dungeon.
Okay, because I know some spells have hours.
I didn't double check tongues, but it's not hours, it's minutes. But yeah.
The next day, I will also cast a healing token for Kiyome to use, which will last 80 minutes. Just so you know, Eric, the mechanical part of this is if you take a standard action to use it as an immediate action, I can cast heal on you via the token.
Cool.
Trying to think.
David is interested in how this goes. Kinara is concerned for you.
It'll be fine. And if not, well, I've got Fluffernutter. I've got a hell of a lot of Fluffernutter.
What a what?
Get current on campaign 2, then you'll know what a Fluffernutter is.
What's campaign 2? You mean...
Crit roll.
Oh, okay.
Get current, then you'll know what a Fluffernutter is.
Okay. Yep, there we go, yep. Okay, yeah, unless anyone is going to do anything else, it sounds like this is Kiyome's show for a little bit.
What's the worst that can happen? It's not
I already
like
told you the 3 options. It's Kiyome's dead, Kiyome makes the chief think he's fucking Kiyome, or Kiyome fucks the chief. It's one of those 3 options.
What's the worst that can happen? It's not like the last time she was alone. She helped start a riot.
I did not help start a riot.
You helped start a rebellion.
Not even that, technically.
Maybe. Anyways. So yes.
Technically I did.
With the passing of 8 hours by Len's estimate, since he is assumably the only one doing watch and casting a spell, I assume.
Yep.
Oh, that's right, because you can stay up forever.
Yep.
As long as you have a spell.
I have a level 1 spell slot.
Either yourself or Light had basically an hourglass of where you would just keep flipping it for doing 8 hours, and you're like, okay, boop, boop, and it's about 8 hours since you have currently no light, or unless you have some way of checking the light yourself. I don't know.
I mean, we've got these multiple fire pits that we can use, so.
No, I mean set for daylight.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah, day. That's what I meant. Essentially, to know that the day has come. You arrive.
Star has struck.
You all awaken. You all awaken to the. Thankfully, you all had assumably pushed the corpses out of wherever you all had decided to camp.
Yep.
And also, before you all had went to bed, because I just remembered those things, the spiders come back and reveal everything they found. Which would include not just all of this, which I'll reveal the rest, because it's not much, but hey, you all made a spell for it. You're entitled to it.
Oh, what now?
Sierra spiders came back and revealed the last of the map.
So yes, that is the entirety of the map, but since you technically want to know basically all that you can, you also get extensions down that way. You essentially have a pretty good map to the quote unquote exit entrance of the cavern out to the desert.
Okay.
Between Cyrus and I, we will jot down that map onto some paper so we can provide that to to some guild later for use.
Yes, there, and then you move over there, darling. Oh, and be careful there. There's a pit right there. But it shouldn't be much. It was only like 10 feet.
Sassy
It
spider.
means a lot to a spider.
Yes, exactly. But we can walk on wherever we want, so that's fine. So we're fine, darling. Yes, you awaken to... thankfully no rotting corpses. Or like,
Yeah.
there's shifting sand and light should you had a campfire going. Feeling rested well enough, and probably for Kyome, from my understanding of your personality, like a sense of calm, like, yeah, I got this. I got a plan.
Totally. My plan is like, this thing is a thing I could do. Let's see what happens if I do it.
My plan is great.
As mentioned, I will place a healing token in her hands before she leaves. May her watchful eye protect you.
Why, thank you.
May the fates watch over you, young one. And while we wait for her to do that, I suggest we dispose of these bodies. Demonic.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Garth handled that last night.
No.
I wouldn't eat them. With their demonic taint, I wouldn't honestly chance it. But that is up to you. That is his decision.
We can just burn them in one of the other rooms.
Yeah. My plan exactly.
Either way, we had all night to do it, so I'm pretty sure that could have been
Yeah, okay, just making sure. Cool. So yeah. So yes, also, if anyone wanted to talk to Lane in that time, you may. For a post if you so wish, but yeah.
Man, I have so many posting to write.
But yes,
Okay.
moving on.
Oh.
So,
By the way, I will also... Does Kiyomi have any healing potions on her as well?
I actually don't think I do.
I will give you a potion of cure serious wounds that I have on me.
ooh, cure serious. Oof.
Well, that's nice, because I only have cure light wounds.
I personally prefer the potion of Ebada.
Ebony.
The potion of Abaddon, what does it do? What does the potion of Abaddon do? It Abaddons your health better.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Your health is. You see, your health is here. You see, but your health is here, and then your health goes here, but
So,
you feel bad, and then you go You feel but then you feel bad. I don't know.
And this is why Swedish Chef has all the levels in Alchemist.
what is my diplomacy? I forgot. It's like 14 or something. Sorry, it's 17.
Okay. Unless... okay, I take it we're going to be roughly staying down here for the duration of the plan? Or...
I mean, do you want to try trekking up the mountains to go back to where we originally came from?
Well, coming through here would be unusual if we absolutely had to, anyway. When I say
Also,
unusual,
did you have
I mean
mount?
surprising.
Also, did you all have mounts?
Yeah.
Yes.
Which we'd have to go back for because we left them outside the.
Yeah, we left them in the cave. So it
Oh.
sounds like you guys are going through the city, one way or the other, or climbing the mountain.
Well, we've climbed the mountains once before.
It's a stealth. I guess a stealth for us to be inconspicuous to go get our shit, and then you do your thing.
Correct.
Don't worry, I could probably get everyone's attention.
There's a song my mother used to use when she wanted to be a distraction.
Okay.
Yes, your mother was very good at distraction. There was this particular trick that she had. No, it was actually really good. There was this one particular trick with what was it, Tristan? I don't know.
Being serious, what was it?
I'm not sure what he's referring to in this instance.
I don't know. I was just trying to come up with something that maybe his mother had done. I don't know. I like finding about the car. I like finding out about Mama and Papa Cara.
Okay, would it be a stealth roll, by the way? Because I'm not sure if they actually have guards outside.
I think it'd be more of a stealth for not drawing attention to yourself.
Oh.
Don't worry, because I'll tell you what's going to happen when I go through there. Because I made 2 rolls to invoke party favors and to start singing to distract everyone for you.
So
Party favors?
That's what I'm calling it.
Did you rate my
What do
bag?
you? No. Wait. You party favors? You mean explosives?
I was about to say, where the hell did you get the party favors? I put them all in my bag.
No, I mean, that's what I'm calling the offer for me to be able to come back.
Oh, the favor.
Okay.
The favor.
Okay,
Yeah.
the favor, not the party. 'Cause it wasn't a party favor; it was a you
I was
favor.
about to say, because right now the party favor is riding on Garth's back.
Yeah. Yeah, and to be fair, that is a feast favor.
Okay, since he's using stealth, can since stealth is normally actually for hiding, like visibly hiding, can I use bluff to appear inconspicuous to onlookers?
Okay, so are you all just going around the mountain? That's the plan, correct?
No, I thought the plan was come up through the entrance we were kicked through, and then just kind of slipping around to where we left the mounts.
Oh, I thought it was leave into the desert, come around back to the entrance.
No, that's a waste of time.
Time.
And resources.
Yeah, but if we go through the city, we were supposed to have left already.
Hence the idea of looking inconspicuous and just kind of, not drawing attention to ourselves as we slip through.
Duh.
Because they are a trade thing. People do show up, and most of us have cloaks and shit, so as long as we're not drawing attention to ourselves, like, oh look, it's another person in the bazaar, and we're out in less than 5 minutes.
Well then my question about the bluff still stands.
Not only that, though, but you were sent out to the north instead of to where your mounts are, and you're like, we had to go get our mounts, so we came back. So don't mind us, we're just going back the way we came.
I will only say this, that you were gone for a day when you were basically supposedly escorted out immediately,
Yeah,
but that's the only
we
thing.
Came back a day later, it's like, oh yeah, by the way, I forgot my car.
How do you forget your car?
Well, when you're escorted out semi-forcefully, you can forget things.
You still would have come back sooner than a day later.
Yeah. So okay.
True.
Yeah, they would have basically... The point is, they would have made sure you... With the way Rentaro made it, in sending Kakar, it was basically, make sure they leave.
The caca.
Kakar, motherfucker. Kakar. But let's see... You know what? Sure. Bluff.
I was about to look up the bluff skill to see if I could... Okay, cool. Yes. Awesome. Okay.
This is going to be a tiny bit tricky, because yes, they are traders. However, there didn't see... Well, actually, there could be people trading right now.
I think what I rolled will be more than suffice to distract people as well.
I will use a charge. So.
So let me put it this
Holy
way.
shit.
David will understand when I say this. The green die has struck again.
At 20?
Does he ever roll anything else?
That is not... You know I roll other things.
Not in this campaign.
I'd say not in this campaign and never when it's important.
Yeah, I've never... I don't think I've ever seen you roll lower than a 10.
That is actually not true. I've rolled 2s and 4s like a handful of times.
Fair
2,
enough.
4, 1 crit
Nah,
fail.
but you have a consistent history of doing nat 20s.
I have a consistent history with my green die to roll an 8 from 16 and up.
I'm just a cat folk. I'm just a cat folk.
I did not need to waste the divine insight.
Hey man,
No, you didn't.
sometimes you gotta be real damn sure.
Yeah.
And thankfully,
In fact, that's all I did was roll a 13 and then a 20.
you're bringing all the boys to the yard. Okay, bringing all the boys and girls to the yard. Okay, fair enough.
I mean, if it helps them get through the area by distracting everyone by singing loudly.
Okay. And Light rolled his basically sneak/bluff along with you all. 19 on the dice, pretty good. So you all have part group snoo is going forth, making kind of a racket, and
It's a very beautiful racket. Don't even call it a racket. It's music.
it ain't no. You're like, this ain't noise. It's music.
Oh God. I think the link broke? Question mark? Nope, it works. Surprised they don't put the hyperlink under it.
Distraction.
It's my mom's old trick. I know I've thrown that one at you guys before.
Yeah,
You have
yeah,
at some point.
Yes. If you so wish, Len can pass that knowledge of like, yeah, she tried it this one time, and it was actually not one time, several times.
It's actually better if you get the full version that actually has the stuff the rest of the party is doing while they're singing it, but...
Yes, she was very
Just
good
yes.
at keeping people's attention.
Just yes, Tristan.
I'm a distraction. Nice.
Like,
Very-
I just can't deny that. Just yes.
So, Kyome, you kind of crack your neck, roll your shoulders. You're like, I got this. Any particular like kind of mental prep you're doing for yourself? You're like, oh yeah. I don't know, just curious.
Not really. She's just dreading the fact that she's actually going to invoke this favor.
Fair. You're like, oh, he's
Am I
such a
really going to do this?
You're like, what the things I do for this party, the things I do for love.
I mean, I don't really do much besides sing.
You're like,
But that tends to be a lot.
You're like, please let this major image work. On the catwalk? No way. I'm cruising down Main Street. Anyway, okay. So,
That's
Kyome,
an incredible roll.
yeah, you all, Kyome, you begin.
13 and
You go
20
for
sing.
you go first to kind of go forth, and you're by the sound of it loudly singing to yourself like ha na 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 na. Essentially,
Yeah, basically.
okay. Some
By
little.
the- Actually, I need to double check how many rounds of I can buff myself for. So I might actually just straight up to a bardic performance.
Melodic tune. Just to see random things.
That's
Okay. Okay, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, the very first thing you pass will be the slave pits because that's nearby.
Did I just cause the slaves to revolt to want to hear me?
No,
Okay.
no, they do kind of pause for a moment. Like some watch you see like a little bit of like relief pass over them for a moment until the guards, who also were pausing for a moment, kind of blink out and then get back to war. Kind of crack the whips, but also as soon as they do that, kind of turning their eye back on you, like, huh, interesting. Keeping them all busy while Team Trade moves along rather sneakily, several paces behind her, and is able to ascend the many stairs. Because yes, turns out this is one of the many big trade days for the Golden Claw, and whoo boy, this is a big old caravan. There's a lot of caravans. Holy shit.
Oh man, I'm even distracting a bunch of caravans now. Oh god.
Yes, actually, here.
Maybe I shouldn't have sang so loud, guys.
Yeah.
But to be fair, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on that you're one of the many centers of attention, and the trade group is able to just kind of actually, let's go back to the town. Boop. Back to the town. You all ascend the stairs to get to this area. People are bustling about, trading with the golden claw and the like. One of the busiest places you see is the blacksmiths who are selling off some of their adamantine weapons.
Cook on them, I already have some.
You know, serious question now. I am singing to also get money. How much money will I get from this? I will gladly take money. I will take tips. Gladly. If people want to throw money at me.
I don't know if it's necessarily because you are gathering a crowd. Like a few kids are following you, like, oh, pretty voice. A few younger people in about boys and girls about your age is like, oh,
I'm technically an adult.
Well, yeah, that's also true. However, you're also like what, 14?
15?
15?
Or 16. It's one of the. Let me double check.
Yeah, quote unquote kids about your age, quote unquote. Some do follow you.
If I may,
What's it?
for those on Team Trade, it's clear that Kinara would like to follow Kiyomi. Now, he's actually going to do it just to...
If he wants to make that mistake, I'm not going to stop him.
Bad Kitty.
At least it's not for pervy reasons this time.
Light will actually probably see this because Sunsmoke, like, keeping an eye aware, probably does see you kind of like constantly glancing back to the big house, the big tent. He's like, you have to trust her. If you go in then after her, it will jeopardize her even more. Hypothetically.
You're right.
We do our job. She'll do hers. She seems calm. She seems smart. A good head on her shoulders. She'll do good. All right. You all, Team Trade can basically slowly start moving their pogs down to the exit down here. Actually, let me go ahead and mark that real quick. The exit in yellow.
Oh, I didn't mean to get exactly where you were.
Well, Kiyomi is going down that way anyway. Yes.
There's kind of only one way for us to go, technically.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I'm not being escorted by a guard yet.
We still have Gorilla Glue? Nope. I know I should have bought some glue when I was at the Dala tree.
As you get closer to the bigger palace, you to the bigger house, you do see that there are much more guards there.
Do I know the person I need to talk to, by chance?
Rentaro? Or Tej? Or Kantar?
Yeah, the
Kantar?
advisors. Because if I can see the advisors without having to call in this favor and I just be a wonderful distraction for everyone, I'll totally take that.
Actually, yes. You see, Konkar out speaking to a few dignitaries who are in a very submissive position. They're down on their knees, kind of in the sideshow.
Please don't murder me look.
Yeah. They're not bowing, but they're clearly like in a subservient kind of stance. And he stands there 7 feet tall, is like calmly nodding along with them.
Feigning harmlessness.
And you do, however, see a lot of guards with very elaborate robes and weapons and all that, and they do take notice of you.
That's nice.
Okay. Mm-hmm. You do see one of them slink off to the entrance of the bigger house.
I am continuing this because I will just sit in this bazaar and sing for a while until someone decides to tell me not to sing.
You do see Konkar, though, so you are able to just...
Konkar is the fighter monk person, if I recall?
Yes, he is the monk.
Cool. I hope my singing would get his attention, but if it did not go up, it would just be kind of in the background, close enough that he could see me, but not close enough to cause an issue. As I continue singing.
Yes.
Which would you like me to make another roll?
Sure. Just to kind of...
It is one less than 37.
Yes.
So it's a 36.
Some of those that he's talking to kind of dare a glance past him to you. He notices this and then notices you as a... He says something to them all and waves them off, and they just scatter, kind of whipping up sand fast as they move. As he goes over to you, and
I will finish with a flourish into a bow. I will finish with a flourish into a bow as I finish the last verse.
Several of the kids and those others and a few other. You know what? Just anyone just starts clapping. He's like, "Well, encore!" If your calls for that. But kind of grew a little quiet as Konkar comes up to you. Can I help you? Can this one help you?
Well, I got lost going for a while, and I wanted to come back here and ask about some things that might be of interest. other than that, I'm half tempted to do a thing that I was allowed to be able to come back here for.
I see.
But first, I would gladly want to talk to you or Taj. If you could respectfully have the time with me.
I believe I can find time for that. And I think I believe we haven't been rude enough as he watches the big house and kind of moves along and kind of waves you to follow him.
Oh yeah, I'm going to.
I don't think we have formally given you a tour of our lovely tribe.
No, you haven't. I'd love to see the rest of it.
Of course. And we will pause there because I have to get going real quick. I shall catch you all in a little bit.